What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Dukes of the Gridiron podcast, powered by Believe Network. Y'all, kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. We talking about those Duke Blue Devils who got 2 wins. They won their bowl game, beating Troy, the Sun Belt champion. But on top of that, they have their quarterback of the future and the present right now in Maalik Murphy, the big fella out of Texas, top 100 recruit. He is the highest rated quarterback recruit to commit to Duke since the modern era of recruiting started. This is major for Coach Diaz, who has a building block now to move forward with. Let's get into it. So the calling card with Murphy right now is potential. But when you look at him like 6'5", 235, 240, cannon, like rocket ship arm, he's mobile, he's physical, and he showed some flashes in brief relief for Quinn Ewers this season. He's 2-0 as a starter now. He led the Longhorns to a victory over BYU and Kansas State. He completed 35 passes for 418 yards and 3 tutties through that 2-game stretch. Now he's going to have to cut down on the turnovers. He did throw 3 interceptions, and he completed 51% of his passes. So he's going to look to get more accurate. But, I mean, when you're talking about a young quarterback that just hasn't played, you're going to expect things like that. Now, he signed with Texas in 2022, spent his first season buried on that depth chart behind Quinn Ewers and Hudson Card. Now, he was behind Ewers again this season, and he took a red shirt as a freshman, but actually got into the game this year, as we mentioned. I think it says a lot about him. He stuck around after he rode the pine and redshirted his freshman year, right? They bring in Arch Manning, who's the number 1 player in the 2023 class, comes with that heavy, huge following and pedigree. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure. He stayed as the second quarterback behind Ewers, was the primary backup. Then on top of that, goes 2-0 in his first 2 starts in the Texas uniform. He made some big throws in those starts, man. He looked good. You can tell that he's got the prototypical size that people love. Like, he's a physical specimen that can really rally the troops that, you know, Duke's looking to really rebuild and establish an identity, and Murphy can bring that for them. In the portal, he was the number 4 ranked quarterback and the number 20 overall prospect according to the 24/7 rankings. So this is huge for the Blue Devils. Now, we mentioned the cannon arm. We mentioned the size. He's hard to bring down. He can make. We can see he can make all the throws that he needs to. He throws the deep ball effortlessly. Can put some air on it or throw a dart if he needs to. Now, if he can get in and hone that accuracy, we're talking about a stud who could be having Duke in the conversation for ACC championships for the next several years. They got talent coming back, and most importantly, Jordan Moore, their leading receiver, coming back. This is going to be huge. This is the type of talent that you can build on. And we already see he's motivated for next season. Look what one of the coaches sent him. Hey, man, you need to get bigger, faster, and stronger. You need to get some effing muscles and get rid of that little bird chest so you can get off press. Make this the best offseason ever. Start in the weight room. Get it the F done. Calling them out. Hey, man, I'm telling you, though, this will be major. Jordan Moore is the truth. So that'll be major. Now, obviously, on paper, Maalik Murphy is the most talented guy. He's got the big upside. We mentioned potential. But it's no guaranteed start here. Duke could have the most interesting quarterback room in the nation next season. Now, Riley Leonard missed most of the season. So then you had the redshirt freshman who was supposed to be the backup in Henry Beelan IV. He started 1 game and led the Blue Devils to a win against NC State. And he tossed 2 touchdowns on just 4 completions in that contest. He showed some promise. And you look at his career at Duke, 232 yards, 3 tutties, 1 interception, a 70.1 QBR. So he's shown flashes. But then on the other side, you got the true freshman Grayson Loftus, who played a lot of games. He was 2-2 over the final 4 games of the season and secured Duke's bowl eligibility. He threw for 707 yards and 8 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Now, I'm not saying either of these guys have the upside or the pure arm talent or has the physicality, the potential impact on a game that Murphy has, because he's coming in and he's a blue chip. He's big time. But I'm just saying, they got options. But Duke now has a prospect, a blue chipper, a leader that they can build around to help establish some identity to the Blue Devils. Because, Coach Diaz is coming in. They've lost several key pieces on the defense. They've lost Jordan Waters, their leading rusher from last season, who hopped over to NC State. Like, they've lost some talent. So it's nice to see them bring some in, and I don't think they're done. I think guys are going to want to play with Maalik Murphy, and I think they have to continue to recruit the state of North Carolina and continue to find weapons to build around Murphy on this offense. Because I tell you, he's going to be able to make the throws, and they got to work with him as well. They got to make sure that he feels comfortable, he feels accurate, he feels confident, and that he can come in there and they put him in a position to really succeed. But major get for Duke. This is huge. They don't usually get guys like this, man. You know what I'm saying? They got him over South Carolina and some other big-time programs that were looking to bring Murphy in. They got it done. They're showing they're not as scared to spend that NIL money. They getting guys those packages, those bags. Coach Diaz makes a huge statement with this signing right here. And, hey, this is big news for the ACC. This is big news for Duke with everything going on. They get a bowl victory. They get their program quarterback, their cornerstone, a key building block for next season. So it'll be interesting to see. Big move from Maalik Murphy, though, man. If they can unlock that potential that he's got in there and harness those physical gifts, those natural physical gifts that he already has, mix that with his natural athletic ability and his impact to just steamroll defenders and stand tall in the pocket, this could be big for Duke. Him and Jordan Moore, I think, are going to be having a lot of fun next season, a lot of connections. I'm looking for these guys to be one of the best 1-2 punches in the ACC next year. A conference that feels like it's wide open next season, by the way. Anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Holler at me, how big is this for Duke? How big is this for Maalik Murray? How big is this for Texas? Y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. It looks like Arch Manning is definitely going to be the starter at Texas next season, or the season after. I guess he's going to sit another year. So it looks like Quinn Ewers might come back unless he leads him to a natty. I don't know. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is Dukes of the Gridiron Podcast, brought to you by the Believe Network. Until next time, hey, we out.